Hi, Sabina Chege.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. This is Radio Citizen Digital. Welcome to our quick fire questions.
Thank you.
Okay, tell us basically about you.
I'm Sabina Chege. I'm
Yes.
mother of three.
Yes.
I'm serving my third term in Parliament.
Yes.
I'm passionate about working with the society, the
Yes.
community.
Okay.
I like touching lives. I like making a difference. And I love what I do. I love my job. I love being in Parliament. But most important, what I enjoy about my job is going out there and interacting with people in the villages at their livelihood. And if I touch one life, then I know my day is good.
Yes, you said you like serving the people. The current government, people have a lot of complaints about the current government. What can you say about it? Because people are saying it's not working. You see what is going on, the Gen Z is coming out for the Mandamano, the SHA. There are a lot of complaints about the current ruling government. What is your take?
My take on current government is that they are trying. No government is perfect, even our own homes. There are things that we would want to do, but sometimes we don't achieve them or we don't attain them, but we attempt to. And I would say from where the government took up with after post-COVID and then having to form in a new government, and fortunately also having a bit of CSS that were a bit not competent, and of course the Gen Z coming in, the finance bill. Because what happened with this government is that there were many promises that were done with the hope that with the finance bill, then we're supposed to support those projects. But when the money was not forthcoming, then these projects were not honored. And so that's why you see a lot of people saying we were promised, has not been done. But I would say Rome was not built in one day. And what we need to do as a nation is change of attitude. Let's not just see the negative in everything. Let's not see the cup half empty. If we change our attitude and see the cup half full, then we start seeing things in a positive way. And I would want to say this: there are many challenges not only in Kenya, even across the globe. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself that I'm going to make it. You may not have a job, but don't stay in the house. Get out and say, I'll go and I'll try this thing out. And I know a lot of young people, they are on social media. So what are you doing with that social platform that you are in? And what gains or benefits are you getting from it? So instead of just going in there, you want to abuse somebody, you want to, to write negative things, start being positive. Start even researching and looking for things that you can be posting. And then maybe you can have a following out of positivity, not just out of negativity. So I would say, one of the things I would say is that I support this government because I am in a position not to complain, but I'm in a position to offer my advice. Currently, I actually have a motion in Parliament about the members of Parliament and state officers going to public hospitals, because we are all saying SHA is not working, but we as members of Parliament are registered in SHA. So when you see a member of Parliament come and tell you don't register in SHA, he's already or she is already registered. All government officials, including the chairs, anybody who is paid by government, they are all registered. But then we go and tell our people don't register. But when then there's an emergency that comes in, you are there to call them for Harambee, they'll not show up. What I'll say, SHA has challenges, but it's not that it's not working. We can make it better, we can perfect it through Parliament, through the ministry, through implementation, because there's a new idea that came in. There must have been, or there may have been some mistakes that happened. But now we don't have NHIF. I was a former chair of health. And there were challenges also with NHIF, and especially on the private sector and the people who are trying to fraud through the system, where somebody could just get IDs and go and claim. So you have a facility being paid money on services they didn't render. So when the government is trying to say that we are going digital, so that then I can use my template, I can only use my phone number, then they're able to track and trace even the usage of the money. So let's be positive. Let's try and see what is not working. How can we fix it? If the members of the community complain, then myself, as a person who has been nominated to be in Parliament, I complain. Then am I really support? Do I deserve the position I am in? I should, yes, go to Parliament on the floor of the House and see how I can be able to assist my people, not to go and incite them out there, but I should be a person to assist and offer solutions, because that's why I've been given that responsibility by my political party, by the people of Kenya at a time like this.
The president recently went to Mount Kenya region, and the people of Mount Kenya, before, they were so disappointed about the government that they have been sidelined. Their requests, they are not being seen. But after that, we see there was a bit of a difference. What do you think, the before and after?
I'll not just say the people of Mount Kenya.
Yes.
A lot of Kenyans were not very happy with the progress of this government. And that's why we also saw the Gen Z movement and what happened. So it was a general feel, not only for Mount Kenya. We've seen the president go to other areas, doing project launching, and maybe also opening finished projects. In Mount Kenya, why there was a lot of hullabaloo, it's because there are people who came in and they said, we are the owners of Mount Kenya, you cannot enter Mount Kenya. Mount Kenya has moved out of government. But the people of Mount Kenya, they have not given anyone a responsibility to speak on their behalf. So what you saw, the president didn't go to major towns. Apart, I think, from Embu and I think Chuka, where he went to major towns, the president was going to the villages to speak to the real Wanjiko, real Mwananchi. And so the real feel of Mount Kenya, you saw it. And that's why you have seen people trying to say Mount Kenya people are bought. I don't know, you could have put your bag of money and then the money would have clapped for you, which is really in very bad taste, to show that the people of Mount Kenya can easily be bought with money. What happened this time, the president went either to see the ongoing project, and when president comes in, also members of parliament, the public, like I was in a place in Tharaka Nithi County, and at that place, which is very interior, it's actually the Tharaka itself, where the deputy president has come from. They have never seen a president there. And then they have the new Tharaka Nithi University. And we first went to interact with the students. The president also promised to help them in expansion, even with the housing project, so that the hostel, because it is deep in the interior, the student can have hostels because the intake is now very high. And the people they were asking, kuna hii barabara haijaisha? And you also put the president on the spot to say, I'll do it. He might say, yes. Some of them, he said, I'm going to put the budget. And where he had the ministers or the PSs, he would say, Apa kuna stima, he would call PS Washira, you're here, come, we need to do the last mile. So this demand is what the president comes to lie to people. It's people who ask because there are gaps, and we are still having areas that are very remote, areas that have not also gone there, the development, areas like also in my county where we had some projects like Mau roads that stalled. And when the finance bill did pass, we were not able to continue the project. And so, especially one of the roads that the president came and launched another time. Then when he left, the contractor left because they had not been paid. Good news is this, contractors have not been paid the balances that were there before. So majority of the contractors are back. So ours is to see how do we then assist the government to honor. Number two also, and I heard the president say, if the president comes to your county or your constituency and you are the member of parliament, and he promises a bus to a school, it is upon yourself to do a follow-up. Because you can imagine, he went to the entire 10 counties within central Kenya. So, though his people also record, they might have their priorities, so also the aggressiveness of the person you elected. Some of the sub-counties went, or constituencies went, the members of parliament didn't show up. So the president promised to do things through another person, or through maybe their governor, or through their senator, or their women rep. So, collective responsibility is very important. But I want to say something. Out of the 62, I think, members of parliament from central Kenya, around 50 of them were there. So it's 50 out of 12 who missed maybe to show up. And that shows you that the president has a backup in Mount Kenya. The people showed genuine love, not because they were paid for anything. They were happy to see the president. They were happy also to demand. By the way, I was also very happy when the president was telling them, Sasa mumenita kasongo, tusonge na kasongo, and you could see the laughter and the joy that people are like, oh, so this guy is never that serious, and he can interact with us and he can accept us how we are. So I will say to the naysayers, the mountain is still in the government. The mountain are still demanding and looking for the government to fulfill their promises, and also to complete the projects that were there before. And we are not unique. Any other part of the country that the president went, you saw those requests and you saw the expectations of the people. And I want to say we only have one nation, one president. Elections are in 2027. And there's a very good saying that we say in my mother tongue, let the work speak for itself. And for me, I would say it's not about me whether I'm going to be elected 2027, but what my people will have benefited from the government, or the works will have been done. Because we are on a pay. We have a responsibility now. And it is unfair. And I also want to plead with our people, don't entertain people who are coming to talk to you about 2027. Because they are coming to talk to you until you get out of the government. For a government that you don't know of 2027, let them tell you what they are doing now, not tomorrow.
Okay. Talking about you say that there are people who feel that they own the mountain. Let's talk about the former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. Do you think he is the new he will be the new kingpin of the mountain, because he's very influential? We see that around that he's very influential.
Let me not talk about Gachagua. I don't know how he's influential.
Okay.
Because he had his chance as a deputy president. There's what he achieved. There's what he did not achieve.
Yes.
And so I wouldn't want to spend my time talking about him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about the fact that his meeting was disrupted?
By who? I was not there, so I can't tell. But what I hear from Grapevine is that they were in another sub-county or constituency.
Yes.
Then you see, when we are moving a politician, there were some motorbikes that followed them and they came to demand for money.
Yes.
Money for what? I don't know.
Yeah.
What was the deal with them? I don't know. So I wouldn't want to talk about it because I was not in that church. And I think we are giving relevance to an individual instead of looking at what Kenyans want. We have 50 million Kenyans, not one. So I don't know why we are spending a lot of time talking about an individual where we have needs. We have serious needs in our ground and people who want to be served by the government. Okay. So those are the issues that we should be addressing.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the moment, there is drama festival in Nakuru County, and it was disrupted, having that it is really based on political issues. What is your say on that?
My say is this. I am a product of drama festivals.
Yes.
I used to write plays. I used to be the best actress in Central Kenya. I also used to be a best soloist in Central Kenya, and I love drama. Let us not involve or get our politics into the lives of innocent children.
Yes.
Children should be allowed to perform, to participate in drama festivals. And even for the Ministry of Education, let us not allow politicians to come and take advantage of our innocent children. I know even if you have written a book, there are some books that writers have written and then people have taken up those books and they have acted. I've never seen the writers of those books going to train or coach the children.
Yes.
So you can do a play and give it to the children, but also allow the children their own creativity.
Yes.
I used to be a script writer. I used to write my own plays and they won up to the national level. So let us not allow the space of our children to be infiltrated by people who have their own selfish interest or want to drive their own agenda through children. It is very unfortunate. Let us all allow our children their creativity. Let them go out there and practice. Let them write. Let them go out and act. But we should not take advantage of their innocence and through the back door bring in politics in it. It's very unfortunate.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Radio Citizen.